You are listening to Comedy Club for Kids presents Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense. Hello and welcome to Radio Nonsense, the official Comedy Club for Kids podcast that's suitable for all ages from 2 and everything in between. I'm Tiernan, and this week I have been reading a top business magazine. That's right, listeners, I'm being all serious and just like a real wobbly stupex. Sorry, I mean grown up. So right here I have Mega Business, the business newspaper for business people that do business and say the word business a lot. Business. Oh, I forgot how big newspapers are because no one really reads them much anymore. Seems I need to fold it out a bit. Oh, and a bit more. Oh, and more. Okay, this is huge. How is there still more of this newspaper to unfold? Okay, there really are a lot of words about business in here. Linda, do you want to know about business, Linda? Oh, I guess not. Let me read you this bit here. It says, dancing and singing and dancing to da. Oh, sorry, that's the show business section. What's this bit over here? Ooh, ooh, ah, 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 ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, I don't understand that at all. Oh, wait, no, I see. That's the section about monkey business. So that must mean that this bit, ha, 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 hardy, ha, 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 hee, 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 ho, 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 ho. Oh, yeah, that's funny business. And this is someone doing their business. Yeah, that's horrible. Okay, but this is the bit that I need. Real business section. Interesting. Yes, business. Ah, okay, listeners, it says if I want to do well at business, I've got to make some big targets that I can hit. Right, well, I think I can do that. How to make a target? I suppose I need some wood. And then I need to paint just sort of red circles on it, right? Like a target. Okay, so now I just need to get these up and work out what to hit them with, and then I should have all the business. While I figure that out, listeners, let me remind you lot that if you have any questions you need to have answered, or you want to send in anything else at all, then please get your nearest wobbly stupex, sorry, I mean grown up, to help you email me at podcast@comedyclub4kids.co.uk. And remember, if you have Christmas or winter questions that you'd like to have included on the Christmas episode this year, please send those in by Saturday, December the 6th. And of course, do check out comedyclubforkids.co.uk for all of our live shows all over the UK. Okay, now back to business, actual real business. I'm going to put these targets up all over Comedy Club for Kids HQ so that I can become super business. While I do that, you listen to this most importantest bit. Oh my goodness, right here on Radio Nonsense, listeners, I am joined by Ciaran, Chillingworth and Kit Finnie, aka the world famous inventors of the non-flying aeroplane. Ciaran and Kit, I am delighted to have you on. How are you doing?
Yeah, it's very good. We came all the way here in the aeroplane. It was very smooth.
It was very smooth.
Oh, wow.
It was wheels. It was just an amazing kind of like buoyant journey. But crucially, as you said, not in the air. That's the innovation here.
Yeah, we brought 7
right.
people.
And how long?
The airplane was.
How long did that take you?
About 12 hours.
It's
right.
It is 12 hours. If we were in the air, of course, it would have been roughly 3. But again, we want to embrace with the aeroplane, and we are going to be promoting the aeroplane quite heavily, because it's not and I don't mean this as a joke, but it's not got off the ground yet. So basically, we really want to emphasize slow living with the aeroplane. So that's the 12 hours is good, which some people miss the point that that's a good thing about the aeroplane. If you see what I mean.
We want to give you bang for your buck.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Is it a bit, Ciaran, is it a bit like how you get, there's fast food, which is bad for you, but then there's like slow food, which is taking its time and therefore it's meant to be better for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it the same?
This is nourishing. The normal aeroplane in the air, that's UPF, that's ultra processed, that's candy. We want to give you
right
in a fun way.
That's amazing. I mean, it does sound good. Do you, on your aeroplane, and I have to say, I do hope I get to sit on the moment. It's not a passenger craft yet, is it? Does it only fit you two?
No, it is passenger, 70 seats. Economy, cram them in.
Right. That's great. And do they get movies and all the snacks and stuff?
Yep, absolutely. 24 hours cartoons on repeat. Loads of butter. But that's good stuff.
Right. That's what you need on those sort of journeys, is lots of butter. That really helps the time pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it does help the time pass. I think we kind of it's more butter, and it's less kind of just speed. It's less kind of like this. Yeah, we don't want to encourage our passengers to be places. We want them to be in liminal spaces. We want them to be in the process of becoming a person who has arrived somewhere. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of
yes.
yeah.
And it's nice because, you know, I get quite bored of that. When people they catch a plane, it's always to go somewhere. And how boring is that? You know, change that up.
Yeah.
People been going somewhere for years.
Yeah.
And people miss the point. Who likes being places? What we all want to do is be on planes. What we all want to do is be on planes.
We want to be on plane without the hassle. That means on the ground.
That's great.
Barging other vehicles out of the way.
Absolutely.
That's lovely. And do you get jet lag from your journeys?
Yes, absolutely, a lot. That's part of
Right.
You come out and you have to sleep for ages. That's part of the slowness of it.
Yeah, it takes three
Right.
times as long. It's 3 times as much jet lag.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. I mean, that's because people often say they don't like jet lag, but jet lag makes you feel sleepy. You can't do a lot, and that sounds great to me. I like sleeping. I like not doing very much.
Well, precisely. That's the slow living. It's like being poorly, you know? It's kind of what's nicer than having an opportunity just to let go a bit. Just let go, be on the aeroplane.
Having your
And
mum bring you a hot water bottle, give you loads of cowpole. It's great.
cowboy.
Yes, getting to drink Lucozade. That's it's only allowed when you're ill, and you get to drink loads of that if you're jet lagged. That's exciting.
Yeah. And we offer Calpol just to kind of promote that experience. That's one of the main components of the food that we offer on the plane.
Cowpole is one of our corporate
So
partners.
Yeah.
Right, so it's cowpole and butter. That's the main courses.
Yeah. The plane is purple, which is the best flavor of cowpole.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
Well, hang on. How many? What's the other one? Is it orange?
I believe so, and it's disgusting. The mature cowpole when you're an older child is awful. I remember. I hated it so much. I wanted to go back to
I mean, it's a bit like your plane works. Why would you change it? Purple cowpole works. Why would you make it any different?
Could one of you just I obviously I did this research ages ago. What is the flavour of purple cowpole? Just so we are all on the same page.
It's cowpole.
It's cowpole flavour, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cowpole flavour. Yeah, I think that's what they. I think there's a lot of time and a lot of effort went into if cowpole had a flavour, what would this flavour be? And they've made it, and it doesn't taste like anything else.
What other things are like that? I guess Coca-Cola's a bit like that, isn't it? It's
Generally,
just Coca-Cola flavour.
Dr. Pepper.
Cake.
Yeah.
Cake's just cake.
Yeah.
Yes. What was that? What last one?
Dreams taste.
Dreams.
You can't really compare it. It's just sui generis, as we say.
That's true, isn't it? Victory tastes only like victory.
Yeah, that one's good. I love that one.
Love that one.
Yeah, that is pretty good. Yeah, it's very. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's quite a thing to find something that has a taste like nothing else. Rice. Rice is. I've never eaten anything that tastes like rice apart from rice.
Yeah, that's true. I suppose people try and customize rice, add in loads of spices, but you can't. Just have to go back to basics. Just eat the plain rice.
Yeah. We're very anti-customization. That's one of our core principles of creativity.
Yeah.
I like that. Oh, go on. Sorry, Ciaran. I keep interrupting. This. I've got so much to ask you. I do apologise, but go for it, Ciaran.
I'm very excited to be here. Sorry that I keep jumping in. No, we're very anti-customization. Once we finished customizing the plane with the cowpole insignia, that was it. No more. It's done now. No more innovation.
That's great. I like that. I also assumed you're both jumping in because you're on you're probably several hours behind me right now after your journey. So you'll slowly catch up, and probably by the end of this, we should be on the same timescale.
Yeah, and of course we do keep going through kind of tunnels, things like that. That's what keeps happening.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're crossing the meridian, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Wow. In terms of your not liking customization, which I have to say I really respect. I like how pure your business is, and I think that's fantastic. But you did come under a lot of criticism when your non-flying plane had to cross oceans, and you said, "But we don't want to make it like a boat," and you refused to make it floatable.
Absolutely. We're ocean floor people. That's what was important. It was we always believe it's a case of through, not over. That's really core. Through, not over.
Right, yes.
What would going through the ocean look like? It would not look like floating. We are very anti-floating. We are mainly it's really about like, how do we really connect with the earth, and how do we just provide the best overall customer experience? And you get to see fishes out the window. You get to see kind of like vast, kind of chilling ocean that kind of puts people in a kind of really weird mood in a good way. So that's what we're kind of offering. It's the ocean views through that kind of matte, like difficult to see part of the ocean.
Also, the bottom of the ocean. That's where all the treasure is. That's where those treasure chests that just kind of open and close and a bubble comes out.
Yeah.
That's where
Right.
We haven't come across any treasure
yet. Are you allowed
yet.
to get out? Right. A passenger's allowed to get out and get the treasure, or would that ruin?
They can at their own peril if they want to take the risks.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're not
That's
insured.
nice, though. It's nice they've got the option.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's really good. I have to say the sea doesn't taste like anything else either. That's a good.
Oh, you're so right.
Brackish.
Yeah, when you get like a gulp of seawater, it's just like, well, this tastes absolutely like nothing else. I'm glad. I wouldn't want a drink that tastes like the sea. But
when I was a child, I used
there.
to love drinking the sea because I thought it tasted like a milkshake, and then my mum had to stop me.
Wow.
I used to go away from my parents so they couldn't see me do it because they would always try and stop me drinking it. I mean, with good reason. You shouldn't drink the sea. Please don't drink the sea.
Yes. Ciaran, I have to ask, what kind of milkshake? Where were you getting the milkshakes from that tasted like that?
I don't know, but I have to. I can't emphasize enough. It really distinctly tasted like chocolate milkshake to me, and I loved chocolate milkshake. It was my favorite drink, and I was like the sea. Maybe I just loved chocolate milkshake so much. I was just convincing myself every liquid tasted like chocolate milkshake, so I could have it.
I mean, the other option is that perhaps the sea that you visited did taste like chocolate milkshake, and we are all missing out by not drinking that sea, assuming it tastes like brackish, salty water.
That's true. It's like a David Walliams novel. Right.
The sea that tasted of chocolate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's well, maybe I was going to say you should tell us what sea is, but maybe don't, because I feel like the last thing the sea needs right now is everyone drinking it.
Yeah. We've Paris the sea enough. Just leave it.
Exactly.
That's why we just go on the bed. We leave only. Take what's the phrase? Take only photos, leave only tracks from your aeroplane on the seabed.
Yeah.
That's nice. Straight through the coral reefs and all their habitats. Yes. Very nice. That's very nice. And is there, I suppose, Kit, you do the non-flying plane. I don't want to jump ahead. I know you two have big plans for things, but you ever thought about a non-driving car? And I suppose you've got a non-floating boat kind of already, but where are you planning to go next?
Well, we're actually thinking about flying cars, and I know that might sound like it contradicts everything I've been talking about, but the idea of a flying car we also think is kind of just what we're trying to do is boost the impractical. We're trying to slow things down, and what's slower than a car that consistently just fails, that keeps not doing what you want it to do, that has been kind of removed from its purpose. It's stationary, our flying car. So that's the kind of thing we're moving towards next. But we really need to get passengers on this plane, I would say. So that's obviously the main reason we're here today, is to promote the plane. So I'd really encourage people to sign up for that.
Yeah.
How many routes do you do on this plane? Sorry, Ciaran. What? How many routes? How many countries do you go? Where do you go with this plane? Where can people, if they sign up and say they have a specific location in mind, will you go there, or do you only go to certain places?
Oh no, it's just, sorry, it might have been confusing. Sorry, it's just here to France. It's just here to France.
Right,
So it's
right.
just the ocean bed. It's under the channel, and to France. That's where people get off. Is France. Yeah. So no, we don't offer routes as such. It's route. We offer route.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a bit like a monorail.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We're always saying it's a
But-
bit
but-
like a monorail.
Yeah.
Right, but it's not. It hasn't got a track. It's not.
No.
It's not a monorail.
No, it's not. It's not like a monorail. It's a bit like a it's a bit like a
Right,
monorail.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Part of the
it's not-
joy is
it's
that it
not-
could do something else, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. Which I think gives it the constant element of hope, and so we need a lot of hope and surprise. There's the kind of surprise where you think, is it going to do something else? Oh, it hasn't, and I'm surprised, and that's a nice emotion to have. And I think, you're giving a lot of joy.
Yeah. Hope and surprise, more things that just don't taste like anything else.
Yes, exactly.
It's all on the menu
Beautiful.
on the plane.
It's great. I think you two are doing a wonderful thing, and I have to say, I'm very grateful that you have had time to come on the show this week when you are so busy, mainly taking very, very long journeys in your non-flying plane. I'm pleased that I managed to catch you between those journeys, between here and France. And I have a question that a listener sent in that I think you two are the experts that could answer it. But before we get there, I'm afraid I do have to ask you two legally binding admin questions. How do you both feel about admin? Who does the admin out of you two?
Well,
I think
it's definitely Ciaran.
it's me, but I do it badly. It's an
Yeah.
interesting.
Right.
I refuse
But
to
is
do
that-
it.
is that-
Yeah, and Ciaran does it pretty badly, but he does do it more
Right.
than I do. That's the rule.
Yeah.
But Ciaran, is that a bit like the plane that doesn't fly? Do you,
Yes.
you do the admin that doesn't actually achieve its purpose as admin?
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm just like, okay, Kit, like you just take a step back. I'm going to make the spreadsheet. Then we look at it and it's just like, it's all over the place. It's just like a big question mark. And then we just go and do the gig and then it all works out okay.
That's nice. Spreadsheets are complicated. There's a lot of, especially when there's lots of little boxes, and sometimes I think they've just got numbers in. Why don't you put a little face in one, a little dog in another? These little boxes could have much better things.
I normally delete all the columns, all the rows, just have one big box.
Right.
I just
That's
write our
better.
name
That's
in.
much better.
Yeah.
And lots of emojis. It's mainly emojis, our spreadsheets.
Exactly.
That's good.
Yeah.
Very visual. That's really helpful, I think.
Yeah.
And how it should be done. It's like how I always get annoyed that pie charts never have a pie.
Oh my God.
It's never. Pie charts should have pies stacked up, right?
Absolutely.
Ah.
That
Like-
must be where the name comes from, surely. Is that they must have once had pies and we've just sort of evolved out of that. But what a sad state of the world.
I think it's from the ancient times when they used like the pi was the unit of measurement, but now in this digital age, we've forgotten.
Yeah.
That could make you
Sad.
think.
Yeah, we need to go back. We need to embrace, a bit like yourself embracing, the non-flying plane. I think we need to embrace this past way when we just used to measure things in pies. I would happily measure everything in pies.
Yeah, and you had to kind of take the time to bake a pie if you wanted to get anything done. So it's mainly pies, and then the admin is just proportionally less time. So it feels really good on an individual basis.
Much better way.
Yeah.
Pi,
Much better way.
true.
to be.
Pi is a versatile one because the time it takes to bake gives you a unit of time. Stacking the pies gives you depth. Laying them all out side to side, width, and also pie is a flavor that is itself and nothing else.
Yes.
That's another one for the left.
Very true. Very true, and that gives you dinner.
Yeah.
So yes, you're right. It's very yeah. It's really important. Well, listen, I guess I'll hand these over to you first, then, Ciaran. But Kit, if you need to jump in, and Ciaran, I'd also say if you want to reply to these with just one big box and a question mark, or indeed a pie, you're welcome to do that as well. I have to legally ask you these. The first question I think is easier than the second, but see how you go. And this first one is. I think you two are aware, but this show is suitable for people of all ages. So that's 7, 407, the Bronze Age, the Ice Age, -3, and people all over the universe. And need to check if there are any rude words you won't be saying so that we can keep this show completely family friendly.
I won't be saying the word Paul Baroni.
Wow.
Well, I realized I just said it, but I feel like that was the trap, and I walked in, but I had to.
No. You needed to say Paul Baroni so that we know you won't say Paul Baroni, but I'm very grateful that you won't be saying it because that is probably one of the worst words we've ever had on this show. And I think we'd get a lot of complaints if you had said it.
It was a good one and thus also a bad one.
Yes. Yeah, well, it's important. It's words like that I think, because listeners wouldn't be thinking of that word because it's so awful, they wouldn't think of Paul Baroni. So sometimes you have to highlight that it's out there so they can avoid hearing it or saying it.
Yes, I want to caution. It's a cautionary tale.
Yes, thank you. Well, thank you for your warnings against Paul Baroni. Can I just check, because I assume you're an expert in this more than me. If you have several Paul Baronis or Paul's Baroni? Paul's Baroni or Paul Baronis?
I think Paul Baroni, because it has the I ending, it's already plural. So actually,
right.
Would be Paul Baronis.
Paul Baronis, right. So is that more acceptable or less acceptable?
Paul Baronis is perfectly polite. It's people pluralize it as a sign of disrespect, and that's why it's got the reputation it has.
That's fair. Yes, I've heard it exclaimed at times of sadness, and it really does upset everyone around, including animals and insects. So yes, so thank you for not saying Paul Baroni. Kit, do you have any? Is that the same word that you would use, or?
I'm disgusted by what I've heard. I'll say the word I won't be saying is it's a Scandinavian word, so I feel a bit safer saying it. It's took, which is I won't spell it because that, I don't want people to Google it. But it's sometimes when you say swear words in other languages, your listeners will be aware. So that's okay. That's okay
sure,
when you do that.
That makes it fine.
Yeah. So that's why I just felt a bit safer saying it. But I do, I don't approve of it, and I shan't say it again.
That's fair. So "tjuk" is the word, but because I should say if any listeners are in Scandinavia, then you didn't hear that, and that's fine. Yeah. But if the rest of if Kit, you want to say it, but only to the listeners who aren't in Scandinavia, I think that's okay.
Yeah,
because it doesn't count.
They can mute it. They can mute, I think, on an iPad, and they can mute this, and then they can bring it up again when I stop talking about it.
Yes, because they're in Scandinavia, they can take their earphones out and just listen to the mountains, and then put it back in.
Absolutely,
when they need to.
And the mountains won't be saying anything like that. So
I hope not. I hope not, because it'd be really devastating if that.
I'd hate to hear a mountain swear. Big. That'd be horrible.
Be awful. It'd be so loud.
It would
be really loud and just unnecessary. They're such serene things, mountains, and
you can trust a mountain, can't you? Be awful.
Yes, yeah. It goes up, then it goes down. Yeah. That's all you need. Yeah. Sometimes snow. Yeah. Occasional tree. Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. Well, listen, I those are good. I really appreciate, Kit, that you won't be saying Tjuk, and Ciaran, that you won't be saying Paul Baroni, and I feel like we're safe to continue the rest of this episode. Thank you very much for that. The second question, and again, I'll pose this to you, Ciaran, as the admin person, but see how you feel about it, Kit. This is very important that I ask you this. Would you rather leave a trail of post-it notes with rude words written on them wherever you went, or that you had to carry a full-size tree with you at all times?
So, just to be clear, this is a trail of post-it notes with, for example, Paul Baroni or Tjuk written on it.
Yes.
So I have to leave that.
Very possible.
And everyone might find it, like a grandmother, for example, might find it.
Yes, a grandmother probably would find it.
And the grandmother would pick it up and read them all, and that wouldn't be good for anybody. So I might have to do that. Or what was the second one? I have to carry a big bag full of.
No, a full-size tree. Oh. A full-size tree. I mean, I would just say, just to jump back, if the grandma doesn't have her reading glasses, then you'll be okay.
So it would have to be a dual. It would have to be a pincer movement of leaving the post-it notes and then also stealing the spectacles.
Yes, okay. Yes, that's a very smart thing.
Well, it would be very inefficient in terms of my own time. So I have to carry a full-size tree around with me.
Yes, and it doesn't specify type of tree. And I know there are things like the great redwoods, which are unbelievably ginormous, and then there are, of course, bonsai trees, which would probably be a lot more convenient.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, like, if it's just carrying a bonsai tree around, like, that seems pretty good. It's like a little friend. It's like my buddy. So,
yeah.
I mean, obviously, I feel like actually that's a no-brainer. My brain is not working with that one at all. I'm choosing the bonsai, so I get to choose what tree it is. Or I suppose what I want to clarify before I make this Faustian deal. So there's not going to be a situation where I say, "Oh, if it's just a bonsai tree, that's fine." But then the bonsai tree dies, and then someone comes along and is like, "Oh, here's the next tree," and like it's a mighty oak. Like, is that what's going to happen?
I mean, the thing is the thing with this question is it doesn't give you all the terms and conditions. There's a small print that we don't know where they are. That could well happen. You could have your bonsai tree. They require a lot of attention and constant pruning. You forget to prune it. It dies. Someone comes along and says, "Oh, here you go. Here's an oak. It's only 40 foot tall. On your way." And then that's you stuck until the oak dies. And they take hundreds of years to die.
That's true. I mean, it would outlive me. Really, the oak would be carrying me around by that point. So I have to carry it. Okay, well, I think, and am I having to write these post-it notes as well, or is someone sort of just constantly refilling? Like, so they're sort of presumably coming out of a little pouch. I have.
I mean,
Tiernan has been really clear that he doesn't have the answers to these questions.
Well, I'm just trying to think through all the possible consequences. Okay.
Yes, but it's important you deal with this. I respect that you're taking this very seriously. It's a serious question, and it could just be that you are much like a spider produces web. You could be just producing these post-it notes, and they could be falling out of your trouser leg or out of your ear or something like that as you walk along. And there's not much you can do about it. I don't know. They are just happening constantly.
All right. Well, I think what I'll do is I'll choose the post-it notes, and then what I'll do is I'll sort of seal myself inside of a container so that the post-it notes never upset anyone, and they just fill up the container, and then every so often I'll empty the container into a bin. So it will be a big consequence to me, but I don't want to have to carry the big tree. I just think that's impractical.
Sure. I do feel like your entire life would be the post-it note. I don't think you'd be able to do it much else.
That's fine. Maybe it would be cozy. Similarly to the flightless aeroplane, I need to take time for the things that are important, and I can do that if I'm in the swear word post-it note.
I would also think that there are probably some places in life where the swear word post-it notes would be acceptable. Maybe a music festival, something like that, where people would find it a delightful thing, and you'd be allowed a moment of freedom.
That's true. I'll become a performance artist, and then that will be
lovely.
Media, will be the post-it note.
That's fantastic. I just have to check. Ciaran's done your admin there. Are you happy with those? He's really got in depth.
I feel really impressed by how Ciaran hacked that question, to be honest. I just wouldn't have ever thought of bonsai tree to start with. That's a fantastic answer. And I do think, like, once you have the bonsai tree, it is on you to keep it alive. So as long as you sort of committed to that, I think that's I think I would have gone with bonsai. And I think I probably would have fashioned it into some sort of hat. Because it would be a fantastic conversation starter. I can't really see any downsides to the bonsai tree angle.
Well, because it might turn into another tree is the thing.
No, only if you let it die. That was what we all decided.
Do they just live forever?
I think they can live a really long time if you tend to the tree, if you nurture it.
Okay. Maybe I spoke too soon. Never mind. I think I've made our bed. Like I think you have to have the post-it notes now that I've chosen.
Could one of us excrete? Is that rude? Sorry. Could one of us excrete the post-it notes and the other handle the pouch? Could we do it like that?
Oh, that's clever. Yes. So if you, excrete is correct. You could be pooing out post-it notes.
Oh, poo. Sorry.
Sure.
Sorry. Yeah,
poo. Well, no, you're right. It's a excrete, a poo. Drop the kids off at the pool. However you want to call it. The post-it notes are coming out of you, and you could take it in turns. I don't know. I mean, again, as I said, the small print isn't there. It could be possible that you, Kit, have post-it notes. You're pooing out post-it notes Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Ciaran, you're doing it, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. On Sunday, maybe you've got a friend, a grandparent, someone who can take over. I don't know. I don't know how you have to delegate. It would just be a constant issue.
If we're doing that, can we not recruit just sort of globally, and then we only need to take one post-it note per lifetime?
That's pretty good.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
That's very good. Yeah. That's big thinking. Yeah, I like that. I like that. You'd still have to be wary of who you recruited, because what if you recruited, say, a grandma or I don't know, a 5-year-old, and then they pooed out a post-it note with the worst word on it, and then you're in all sorts of legal issues. Yeah,
That's true. We'll need to have an intense
Yeah.
vetting process.
yes,
We'll interview
I
the
think so.
candidates, but then by that point, we're interviewing everyone in the world, and like that will probably be as hard as just doing the post-it notes ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I'm not going to lie. I mean, the issue with this question is that really, whatever you're doing, you're taking on quite a lot of work,
Yeah.
and it will get in the way of all your other endeavours. But legally, I have to ask. As I said, it's just it's necessary.
Isn't that just the way with admin? Admin generates admin.
Yes.
It doesn't
Right.
matter if you're
That's
making
exactly-
spreadsheets, posting on social media, or excreting post-it notes. Like, it's just, it generates work. Get rid,
Yeah.
or make
I
Ciaran
agree.
do it, which is my tactic.
Right. Here's what I propose: 30 grand salary, one person. They do all the interviewing of everyone else in the world, and then we just pay them the 30,000. And then every so often we get interviewed to do it ourselves.
Do you think it would take 1 year to interview everyone in the world?
No, they have to keep going. We have to keep paying it to them.
30 grand a year?
Yeah.
All right. All right. All right,
A
buddy.
day's
Like,
work. Fair day's work for a fair day's pay.
sure.
I like that. That's nice, and you'd get some great interviews. I think some would be some wouldn't. Some would be really interesting.
Oh God, yeah. It would be a great,
make
a
it
great
into
way
a
of broadening your
podcast.
horizons, if nothing else. All of these have
Lovely.
upsides and downsides, I think. There's so many options.
It's like life. It is absolutely like life. So, well, thank you for taking it as serious as it needed to be taken. I really appreciate that, and I look forward to seeing maybe after the plane, that this is your next big business. But the important thing that I have to ask you, we've had this question come in. This is coming from Zai in New Zealand. I just want to point out that's New Zealand. That's not the old Zealand. It's not the sort of reasonably current Zealand. It's the brand new one. I'm not sure if you're aware. There's been several changes over the years and updates. I think it's like sort of 2.0 Zealand, isn't it? But anyway, Zai is from there. And Zai, we don't know anything about Zai. Zai's not put any age, occupation, doctor titles, royal titles. We don't know anything. So who knows? Zai is just from in New Zealand. Not even from, possibly just could be there on holiday. We don't know anything. I'm just giving you this so you know where this question is coming from. Well, we don't know where the question is coming from. Who knows the context? But Zai would like to know, what is butter made out of?
Zai sounds really cool. So what's butter made of? I mean, considering what we have been talking about quite a lot, I do think there's an argument that it's made out of butter. It certainly tastes of butter.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
I'm beginning to think maybe everything just tastes of itself, though, which is kind of it becomes it's quite a complicated sort of answer in a way. But I think is that it? Can it be that simple? I don't know.
I just want to throw it out because I think I'm sure I heard a rumor that it comes out of some kind of animal. So even if it tastes of itself, I'm sure maybe some kind of ghost. Like, does it come out?
Ciaran, that's crazy. It's a rectangle. What kind of a hole is that coming out of?
That's why I'm saying ghost. Like a ghost might have the right hole. You see what I mean?
I just don't think that. I just don't think that can be true. I don't think it can come out of anything. I think that's really weird. Like, you just get it in shops and stuff. Like, it's really weird it's kind of a really
I will
disgusting thing to
remind
say.
you. We were just talking about if you had post-it notes. We don't know how those post-it notes would have, but you may have had to sort of poo out or sneeze out post-it notes, and they're square.
That's true.
I was thinking that they'd be all rolled up somehow, like in a sort of tube, and then there's loads of holes they could come out of without getting into detail. I thought they'd be rolled up and then you'd have to kind of unravel them to look at the word like a scroll.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, good
But you can't do
point.
that with butter.
Sometimes you get cylindrical butter pats. I've seen them
that.
many times. I've seen them. And all I want to say, like, what are they doing on all the farms if there's no animal?
Huh?
And they're farming, aren't they? Isn't it? Don't they just farm on farms? Isn't that what
Yeah,
Oh,
happens?
right,
there's
yeah.
farming.
Yeah, sorry, I got confused. I thought we were talking about something else. All right, but that's fine. Well, who is making so Kit, but so the butter? Okay, so I think we've sold it. So the butter just kind of manifests itself.
On
Oh, I didn't realize. Did butter come from farm? I didn't realize. I thought on farms, a farmer just farms. I thought that's why it was in the name.
Well,
Yeah.
I
Which actually makes me wonder if farm is in the name farmer. Is but is in the word butter. I'm just saying maybe
yeah.
that's
Well, I think the thing is, I'd seen lots
Whoa.
of things with like there's loads of just like a big barn full of ghosts, and I assumed that's where like the butter.
right.
But like, maybe I'm proved wrong. I mean, I suppose the thing is, butter does live forever, suggesting that if we didn't disturb it, it would just continue getting bigger and bigger like a lobster. It's because we disturb the butters, we don't know their true potential or their origin.
I do think sorry, I'm retracing the farm theory. I have been to quite a lot of farms, and the things I associate with them are kind of it like big barns,
Mm.
shire horses, quite a lot of large machines, and bales of
Yeah.
hay. Not just no butter. There's no butter here, and the ghost theory. I think you might have just pulled that out of a dream or something.
Well, well, hang on. I just have to back Ciaran here because if there are ghosts there, you might not. If you visited in the day, you wouldn't have seen them
God,
because they
ignore
probably only
me.
come out at
What
night.
I should have thought of that. I'm so sorry.
I think
God.
it's quite suspicious, Kit, that you have just said that you're intimately connected with lots of farms, and now you're like running out of the farms screaming, "There's no butter here! Don't look at what we're doing in the farms." Like you obviously know,
Wow.
and you're just trying to spread this idea that butter is self-creating to keep us off the scent of what the ghosts are up to.
Where have you seen butter? I've seen it on shelves and in fridges. I think it just gets there, and we don't need just we don't need to know everything. I just want to say that to I'm so sorry, Zai,
Size. Yeah.
we don't need to know everything. You don't need to know this. It's okay not to know. And the one thing I just want to be clear on is that this isn't a conspiracy, and I'm not in the pocket of Big Butter.
Wow. It would be a very slippery pocket. I mean, I think that the thing is, you are both entrepreneurs, business peoples. Maybe Zai is asking because I would like to start a sort of a butter business, maybe non-buttery butter or butter that doesn't go buttery. I don't know how he wants to do that, but maybe he just wants to find out because he has an empty barn. It doesn't have ghosts in it. He's not sure where to begin.
Where I would start, Zai, is just don't worry about where the butter's coming. It's not where the butter's coming from, it's where it's going. And by that I mean you have to go and get butter out of the shops and create what we call in business artificial scarcity. Now, when you've got rid of the butter, you can charge what you want for the butter. And that's the secret to business. Like we've got the only plane that doesn't fly. We've patented it. No one else can make our plane, and now we can charge what we want for people to go on it. And that's the secret to business. And that's why we've won Dragon's Den many times.
Wow, did you? And was it? Here's my actually. I've got it. This is a slight tangent, but is it actual dragon? Because I thought they're normally in caves guarding treasure,
Exactly.
but they do business stuff as well.
Exactly. They get the treasure. You have to beat them with a big sword, but the sword has a business plan written on it, and then they give you the treasure.
Right. That's hard. Yeah, that's a lot of work.
We've tangled with Duncan Bannatyne. We came out alive.
There are sort of 5 of them in one go, but they do sit in a row, so it's really easy to pick them off.
Yeah.
Just in case
that's
anyone
great.
wants to
That's
try
good.
it.
That's great. Yeah, no, just a really brave thing for you both to do. I didn't realize you also had to tackle dragons while putting your business plans together. That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's part of it.
In America, it's called Shark Tank, which I think is an easier challenge than dragons.
Yeah.
Sharks don't.
Yeah, because
why is it called that?
Yeah, well, you don't you like to beat sharks. You just have to be on land. They can't do anything about it. They're rubbish.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Whereas to beat dragons, like you've got to be properly fireproof and have a sword and stuff.
I think they film it on land as well. I think they film it on land, so I think everyone wins that show. I don't really understand how anyone can lose.
Classic America. Everyone's a winner.
It's the American dream.
That's why it's never going
Yeah, and no,
the country.
well, that's. I mean, and they're missing out on tasting the sea. There's a lot going on there. Someone needs to They should probably really be advised about it.
Yeah. And just to go back, if you do want to taste the sea, what I can really recommend is booking a seat on our non-flying aeroplane, which does fundamentally crawl along the ocean bed, and you've got the option of opening a window. I'm not going to stop you.
I don't want to, and I'm wary of, I don't want to cause any trouble here, but I remembered earlier you said that primarily on your planes the food is cowbell and butter. Where does that butter come from?
It just turns up. We don't ask questions.
Right.
Yeah, we don't. I just think everyone needs to look away from the butter. Sometimes it's just,
Sure.
if you look too directly at something, you just. And I just want to just affirm once again, this isn't part of a conspiracy. I don't have extra information on the butter that I'm not telling anyone. That's not something I would do. So I just defer to Ciaran on this and just look away from the barns.
Play your cards right. Every week, a forklift truck with tinted windows will deliver a crate of butter to your house. All you have to do is knock. That's all.
Yeah. Sometimes
Not-
just look away.
Well-
It's okay.
Do not knock on the window. They don't like that.
It's delicious. That's all we need to know.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I think that's valuable advice, and I hope Zai listens to that, and I hope that if Zai perhaps doesn't pay attention or just looks in the other direction, at some point he'll turn around and there'll be butter.
Yeah. I can guarantee that will happen. That's exactly how it happens to me.
Well, that's fantastic. Listen, thank you so much, both of you, for coming on and having time to give such incredible, very valuable advice. And it's been so exciting talking to you about your brilliant project. What have you got coming up in the next 16 years, 8 months, 4 weeks and 3 days?
I think we're going to win in about 10 years. We're going to win some kind of prize. Like, we don't know what it is.
Great.
Could be anything. Could be for something bad. Could be for something terrible. That's on the cards, I reckon.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
I've got my eye on a Nobel, but I'm not sure what the category would be.
Chemistry. I think you're going to win for chemistry.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I think you're going to
that's
win.
nice.
I think you're going to win. I think you're going to win. I think you'll win something too.
I think the prize I'm going to win hasn't been invented yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's why I'm so...
Really big raffle or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll win a meat raffle,
Yeah.
Ciaran.
That's really...
Ah.
I would like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty great. It's better than Nobel Prize, I think. I mean, what does it? You can't eat a Nobel Peace Prize or chemistry.
I don't even know what they give you.
I haven't tried actually.
Do they give you a trophy?
I think they give you a medal and also some money.
That's rubbish. That's not meat.
Main prize you get
Can't eat that.
prestige, which is of course a snack of its own flavour.
True.
Right,
Nothing
that-
tastes like prestige. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Well, listen, very good luck. Very good luck with the plane. Very good luck with the prizes. I hope you both get meat raffles and indeed Nobel prizes. And it's been lovely having you on the show. Hopefully we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, thank you for your questions. See you soon.
Thanks so much to Ciaran Chillingworth and Kit Finnie for having time away from driving their plane very, very slowly on the ground in order to answer Zai's question. Zai, I really do hope you liked your answer, but if not, why not send any complaints you have in butter, and then it might mysteriously disappear, and I'll never have to see it. If you have a question that you need to have answered, please get your nearest wobbly stupex, sorry everyone, I mean grown up, to help you email me at podcast@comedyclub4kids.co.uk. And any Christmas questions need to be sent in by Saturday, December the 6th, okay? No later or Father Nonsense will not answer them. I don't know if Father Nonsense will be on the episode, but he won't answer them, so he might not answer them anyway, but he definitely won't answer them on that episode if you don't send them in by Saturday, December the 6th. If you want to give this show a nice review, you can do that on Apple Podcasts, or you can reply to any of the episodes on the Spotify Q&A as well. Listeners, I have now put all the targets up around Comedy Club for Kids HQ, and I am ready to hit them and do business. Let's go! Ow, okay, it really hurts hitting wooden targets with your hands. So then what am I meant to do? How am I meant to hit them? What was that? Who's throwing pies at my targets? Hey, stop it! Halt, everyone! Sorry, we thought you'd set up a pie-throwing range. Here's 6 bazillion pennies if you let us finish throwing all our pies. We need to practice, you know, in case we have to ward off enemies. With pies, you see. No, I don't see at all. But 6 bazillion pennies does sound great. I mean, you can definitely throw the rest of your pies because that means I've earned money and I've done some business. Wow, these targets did work. That mega business newspaper is great. Thank you. Here's your pennies. Now, friends, fire our 48 million pies. Go! 48 million? But that's so many pies! There's pies everywhere! I can't see for pies! I've got pies in my eyes! I don't like business anymore. Bye! You have been listening to
Comedy Club for Kids presents.
Radio Nonsense! Radio Nonsense!
Radio nonsense.
Radio Nonsense! Radio Nonsense! It's the end.